What if I told you that there was a man who came closer than anyone else to conquering the Ethiopian Empire? A man whose name still sparks debate nearly 500 years later. Some remember him as a brilliant military commander. Others remember him as a feared invader who left destruction in his wake. His name was Ahmed Gragan, also known as Ahmed ibn Ibrahim al-Ghazi. But who was he really? And how did one man almost bring one of Africa's oldest kingdoms to its knees? Let's uncover the incredible story of Ahmed Gragan. In the early 16th century, the Horn of Africa was a region filled with rival kingdoms, trade routes, and religious tensions. To the east of Ethiopia stood the powerful Adal Sultanate. It was here that Ahmed ibn Ibrahim rose to prominence. Very little is known about his early life. However, what we do know is that he quickly gained a reputation as a fearless warrior and a talented military leader. Because he was believed to be left-handed, he earned the nickname Gragn, which means the left-handed. As his influence grew, he united different groups under his leadership and began preparing for a campaign that would change the history of the region forever. In 1529, Ahmed Gragan launched a massive invasion into the Ethiopian Empire. At the time, Ethiopia was facing internal challenges and political divisions. Ahmed saw an opportunity. Leading a highly motivated army, he marched deep into Ethiopian territory, but he had something many of his opponents did not: firearms. With support from the Ottoman Empire, Ahmed's forces gained access to muskets and other advanced weapons. This gave him a significant advantage on the battlefield. Battle after battle, Ethiopian forces suffered defeats. Cities fell. Territories were captured. Within a few years, much of the Ethiopian Empire was under Ahmed Gragan's control. For many people, it seemed as though the empire's collapse was inevitable. As Ahmed's army advanced, many churches, monasteries, and historical sites were destroyed. Ancient manuscripts and priceless cultural treasures were lost forever. Entire communities were displaced by the conflict. The invasion was not simply a struggle for territory. It was also deeply connected to political and religious rivalries of the era. The effects of the war were devastating. Even today, many historical accounts describe this period as one of the darkest chapters in Ethiopian history. The country had never faced a threat quite like this before. With the empire on the verge of collapse, Ethiopian leaders sought help from abroad. Their answer came from Portugal. Portuguese soldiers arrived with firearms and military expertise. Together with Ethiopian forces, they began fighting back against Ahmed Gragan's army. The conflict intensified. Both sides suffered heavy losses. Then came the decisive moment. In 1543, at the Battle of Wainadaga, Ahmed Gragan was killed. His death dramatically changed the course of the war. Without his leadership, the invasion quickly lost momentum. The Ethiopian Empire survived. Even centuries later, Ahmed Gragan remains one of the most controversial figures in African history. To some, he was a military genius who challenged a powerful empire. To others, he was a destructive invader responsible for immense suffering. Regardless of how people view him, one fact is undeniable. Ahmed Gragan changed the history of Ethiopia forever. His campaigns reshaped political boundaries, altered military strategies, and left a lasting impact on the Horn of Africa. History is filled with heroes, villains, and figures who are impossible to place into a single category. Ahmed Gragan is one of those figures. What do you think? Was he a brilliant commander, a conqueror, or both? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories from Ethiopian and world history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.